Hi, today I want to talk about the future of online business. In my position, where I have a lot of subscribers and I get a lot of feedback and people often email me, one of the things I've noticed, and it's getting more and more significant, one of the things I've noticed is that I hear from people who are in dire financial straits, people who are facing bankruptcy, people who have lost their jobs, people who are struggling to make ends meet, and people who are really balking at the idea of even spending a couple of $100 to get ahead. And this has been an ongoing thing that has increased over the last couple of years. And what it tells me is that while on the surface and on the media, you don't get to hear about the bad news so much in terms of what's happening with individual people. But the truth of the matter is that many people are in difficult situations financially. And this has led to an increase in the interest in online business. Um, People are looking for some means of dealing with an issue, a situation which is beyond their control, like losing a job, for example. Because the thing that's obviously important to remember is that when you have a job, you are beholden to that company being able to continue to employ you. And if your security is in question regarding the future of your work, it's natural to start thinking about what can you do to safeguard against that type of issue arising. So I see a lot of this happening now, and one of the things about internet and online business is that it provides an alternative route for many people to step outside of the normal paradigm of how they've worked in the past and to start looking at whether they could in fact start making either additional money or even replace their full-time income. This also leads, of course, to lots of rash promises online, false hopes, people expecting more than is even possible. I hear from people who say to me quite regularly, how could I start making a replacement full-time income online, but I don't have any money. I don't have any money to start a business. And when it comes down to it, there are really only a few options. Um, One of the options that's available really is to look at something which employs leverage. And leverage is when you are gaining some advantage by referring products and services and referring other people into that. This leverage enables people to start with very little money, but perhaps a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of determination. And one of the things I love about the internet is that you can really start a business with very little money. You can really, with the right service, the right product, the right system, the right information, you can actually change your life with very little capital. I mean, if you compare it with anything offline, if you compare the idea of how can you start a business offline, then you're up against a lot of fixed costs, rentals, rents, uh, overheads, staff, stock, franchise fees, you name it. There's just an unlimited number of costs associated with any form of business. But online holds the promise of being able to pull yourself up by bootstraps and learn something, become educated in some form of online business which would cost you very little compared with anything offline. So I see the future of online business as being huge because there are more and more people on this planet who are becoming disenfranchised from the way things were financially. They are becoming stressed by their financial situation and they are starting to, for the first time perhaps, look sensibly and realistically at what they could do to dig themselves out of a financial hole. Online business, which is a global phenomenon, available to anybody anywhere in the world, offers the sort of hope that a lot of people are looking for. And the most important thing, of course, is to be able to sort out the wheat from the chaff when it comes to what to put your effort into, where to divert your energies, what to take up, and so forth. But it's a wonderful growing opportunity for people around the world, an entrepreneurial opportunity, to start looking at their lives in a different way and to start looking at how they could change their lives by adopting a different approach to how they work and how they earn money. And I think online business has got a bright future because of this this change in people's perceptions. So, of course, I'm a firm believer in it. I've been doing it for many years, but I've seen the changes happen in the economy, and I know that more and more people are looking at this as a way to solve their personal financial problems. And certainly, some of the things I do and some of the things I will talk about in the future are designed to help that. So that's my little optimistic message with regards to those of you who may be watching and who may be struggling with what you're currently doing. Online business is worth looking at. Okay, more later.